tutorials. Feel free to fill in your seats. The events will start in 5 minutes. Thank you very much.
請各位同學揾個位就座。我哋就嚟開始啦。
Diversity as a strength, such as cooking for sports. One day, I decided I want to feel welcome and supported.
Instead of reusing the same most routines, just once and accumulate your thoughts.
Have you ever feared that your job might be replaced by AI someday? That's what this AI.
Any area delicate things between people.
That's why we created this vaccine. Well,
We understand the importance.
Wow, Maggie, look at this. Look at the amount of audiences we have got today. Welcome to TEDxHKDI 2025. Our title is Humanity by Design, Creativity in the Age of AI. We're so happy that all of you guys are here, both in person and online. We are your MCs for today, and I'm Adrian from Youth College International.
I'm Maggie from Fashion Image Design.
I'm Josh. This is Josh. I'm Cherry from Fashion Design.
And I'm Josh Nathaniel from Landscape Architecture.
We got amazing speakers joining us for today, And they're going to share some fun stories and ideas about being a creative human, even with all this AI stuff around.
Right. So don't be bored because we will hear about tech, art, science, and culture. So everyone gets a piece.
And remember, TEDx is about meeting with new people, sharing ideas, so chat, connect, and please have fun.
To start our with, let's welcome our principal, Dr. Elita Lam, and vice principal, Mr. Keith Tam, for a quick chat. Come on up.
Thank you. Thank you both so much for being here today.
Thank you for having me. It's wonderful to be here today.
Thanks, I'm very excited to be part of this conversation.
We have known that this is the second TEDxHKDI event. Could you tell us, please, what do you hope to achieve with TEDxHKDI?
HKDI students are full of creative energy and innovative ideas. And I think that TEDxHKDI is a great platform for us to share everything with our students, staff, and the wider community.
Yeah, TED has been a personal inspiration for me. And to bring TED to HKDI has been my mission. So we did it last year, we're doing it again this year, so I'm really, really happy and really excited. It's a great platform for our students to share their unique ideas, and also at the same time, we're developing their public speaking and communication skills, which are essential in the 21st century.
By bringing these unique ideas to the world, let's look at the big picture. Humanity by design. It's a very powerful phrase. Elita, what does it mean to you in the context of AI?
Now, to me, it means that while for sure we will use AI in our daily lives and in our creative works, but at the same time, we have to keep human values, empathy, and purpose it at the center of what we do. AI is just a tool, but it's up to us to use it in ways that make us more human, not less.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. As a designer, I think technology is to serve people and not the other way around. So while AI can solve problems and spark new ideas, we need to remember the heart of design is about connecting with people and also improving lives.
That's a great point. But some of the people are a little bit worried about how AI might actually make creativity less human per se. What's your idea on that?
That is a real concern. But I see AI as a partner, not a replacement. AI can obviously suggest new ideas or help us get past creative blocks, but it doesn't have any feelings, intuition, or cultural understanding. Only humans do.
Yeah, exactly. I agree with that. And while AI can really actually help us to be more creative, they can suggest alternative viewpoints for us. So it challenges us to think a little bit differently. But we need to forget it's up to us still to think of what is truly meaningful, what is truly beautiful and right.
As you mentioned challenges, what are some difficulties you have faced by bringing AI into the creative process?
Yeah, one challenge is that we shouldn't let technology take over our own stories and our subjective experiences and feelings. It's very easy to get excited about what AI can do, but we really need to ask, who are we designing for? How is it going to make people feel? Also, for a lot of people, they're not comfortable with AI, so there is a learning curve there. Yeah.
Now, for me, a big challenge is making AI easy to use for everyone, especially those who are not tech expert. So we need to design tools that are simple and fun to use so that designers could try on new things without feeling overwhelmed.
That's very important too. As we look in the future, how can students, our future designers, embrace AI while keeping humanity at the core?
AI is actually changing the way designers work, from coming up with new ideas to prototype making or even predicting trends. It's like having a super smart assistant who never gets tired.
Yeah, it's not just about working faster or easier. You know, that's of course very good. But we really need to think, how AI is opening up new possibilities for us, like creating personalized experiences, smarter products, or even solving bigger problems like how to be more sustainable in design.
Yeah, that's right. So what's really exciting today is we are not just talking about AI in design. We are actually hearing our student speakers who will lead the trend. So who knows, maybe someone sitting next to you will come up with the next big breakthrough.
Yeah, no pressure, right? But you know, to be serious, we are here to share ideas. We're here to open up new conversations, and we're here to imagine a future together.
Rightio. So is there any final advices for us students and audiences?
Yeah, stay curious, be open-minded, and remember, best design often happens when technology meets humanity.
Yep, and don't be afraid to try new things. And also ask yourself, how can design make a positive difference in the world, right? And also, your unique point of view is your superpower.
Amazing. Thank you guys so much for sharing so much information with us.
Thank you very
Thank
much.
you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Elita and Keith. Please remain on stage. Since this is such a special moment, let's invite our honorable guests and also speakers to take a group photo together. Let's come on up. Thank you, guests and speakers. You can take your seat first. Everyone in the audience, please also get ready. The photographer will be taking the photo from the stage facing the audience. Let's go.
Are you guys ready?
Yeah. Louder, please, louder. Where the noise?
Make some noise! HKDI!
Such a weak voice, I must say. Sorry. Such a weak voice. I am. All right, guys, please smile, okay? We don't want to make this awkward, so please smile. Please smile. All right. Everybody say cheese.
Cheese!
All right.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Before we bring up our student speaker, I'm excited to introduce a special guest for us.
They'll be talking about from ego to eco, healthy intentions in moments that matter. Humans can be very selfish sometimes, but it's very important to use what we do for the greater good.
Speaking of which, don't be selfish and clap your hands for Dan and Joe.
Hi, Joe.
Hi,
How are you?
good.
How are you? Good. Let's try something, Joe. You ready?
Yeah.
Okay. Ego to eco. Okay? So ego. Okay. Everyone stand up. Stand up. Okay, try this. Just get your hand like this. Right? Like this. Okay, like this. Looking? Look, like this, right? And with sort of bent shoulders. Right? And everybody after me. 1, 2, 3. We're going to try this. We're going to go. Ego. Okay? 1, 2, 3. Ego. Right? Again, let's try one more time. 1, 2, 3. Ego. Right? You're going to have the body language as well, right? Ego. I've got so much ego. It's all about me. It's not about you. It's about me. Ego. 1, 2, 3. Ego. Okay, Joe, show us eco. Show us what's eco.
Okay. Eco.
1, 2, 3.
Eco.
One more time, Joe.
Eco.
1, 2, 3. Okay, let's try both together. You ready, Joe? I'll do ego, you do eco. Ready?
Okay.
1, 2, 3. Ego. Then.
Eco.
Okay, one more time. Ego. Then.
Eco.
Okay, good. Thank you. That was a completely useless exercise. But do you feel better? Yeah, okay, have a seat. Or stay standing if you want. That's fine. All right, so Joe, what are we talking about today? We're talking about from ego to eco, yes?
Yes. Let's
Okay.
start.
It's about to start. Be quiet. Here we go. Joe, over
Okay.
you.
Let's start with a story.
Let's start with the story, yes.
So when we travel, we like to go to post offices to buy some stamps. Yes, we're still collecting stamps.
We're still collecting stamps. Well, you
Yeah.
collect stamps,
Yeah.
yes.
Because stamps give us a different perspectives about a place, about their culture, about their nature, about their people.
Okay, great. So what happened about 2 months ago? We went to Chengdu, yes?
Yeah. Okay.
Oh,
About 2 months,
panda.
yes. So about 2 months ago, we went to Chengdu.
Yes.
So Chengdu is the capital of Sichuan, Sichuan province.
Mm-hmm.
And it's also the home of the pandas.
Mm-hmm.
So like what we do, we go and look for a post office and go and buy some stamps. So this is where we went, bought some stamps and very happy. And when we come
So
out,
this is the post office. This is the traditional
yes,
post office.
yes,
Okay.
where we bought some
Yeah.
stamps.
Yeah.
But something happened when we come out of the post office,
Mm.
and we saw this post office buying stamps, and that's what we saw across the
So
street.
it looks like some sort of coffee shop.
Yeah. So we thought, that's very interesting. So let's check it out. So that's what we did. And we saw something very interesting in the shop. And my first reaction was, wow, this is so clever. Such a clever idea that is close to the post office, but it's also separated from the post office.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a coffee shop upstairs.
It felt different.
It felt very different.
Mm-hmm.
And you feel very energized when you go in and see all these pandas. You just want to take them all home. So that was my first reaction. What was yours?
What was my first reaction? Well, my reaction was similar to you, Joe, that it certainly didn't look like a post office. But to me, my main reaction was this seems to demonstrate eco, E-C-O, eco design.
Ecosystem.
An ecosystem, right? So when we think about the design of this, so we've got a lot of designers in the auditorium today, what we think about this is if I think about it from the perspective of the project team, and the project team is thinking about designing a post office, right? They need to think about it from understanding different stakeholder perspectives, just different customer perspectives. It's not an easy task, right? You need a lot of very patient conversations with all the stakeholders and all the customers to get a sense of alignment on what we're designing here, because it's no longer designing a post office, a traditional post office. We're looking to design something else. And it also required, I'm assuming, a lot of listening and a lot of respecting each other. It also got the sense of community in this space. So it wasn't just you go into the store, you buy some stamps, you buy some envelopes, and you go home, right?
There were some people planning an event when we were there.
Okay, so it seemed to encourage a lot of conversations and dialogues and discussions in the coffee shop. And I guess it just changed my perception of post offices that I've seen around the world, including places like Australia or Melbourne, where I grew up.
So
ecosystem.
Yes.
Yeah.
Ecosystem approach is not about you as an individual. It's about contributing to and not just taking from. It's also about achieving collective goals, not individual interests. And it's about being supportive to others when they need you, because you work in a team. Sometimes you need to help people out.
Yeah.
It's contributing proactively as well. You see someone need help, they might not ask you. You need to proactively see if they need help. And also adapting to the changing environment, because things might change. There might be problems, there might be other things that you didn't expect it to happen.
So if you're adapting, it implies you have to be receptive to something that's changing.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it also meant that you need to respect yourself and others. And ecosystem approach also means that you need to be kind to your teammates, like a human beings, because you work with them, right? And also active listening to understand from more perspectives. And being engaged with others, and also what are the impacts that you create? Because we are working with others and we all connected with each other.
So
and that's why we call it eco.
Got it. So
approach.
Based on what you've just described, it sounds like it's in terms of a mindset and attitude, it sounds to me it's more like a we. It's a we mindset and attitude instead of predominantly a narrow me type of attitude. Okay, very good. Great. Okay, excellent. So far so good? Following the logic? Didn't expect you to clap, but thank you. All right, so why don't we do this? Let's have a quiz, okay? We're in an institute. Let's have a quiz. All right, so here's the quiz. I want us all to imagine a scenario where we're all part of the same team, okay? And what we've got is we've got a client or a business owner who's briefing us on a new project, and what they state is this, relating to a post office. And this is what they say. They say, okay, we're in trouble. We're in a lot of trouble. Not many people seem to send letters anymore. And we need to transform, we need to change, we need to innovate our post office, redesign our post office. Now, what we'd like to do is we're going to give you 3 multiple choice questions, and all we need you to do is raise your hand when we ask you to. And what we're looking for is the multiple choice questions will be what we choose based on the project briefing, okay? And what we want to look at is which one has the highest chance from the multiple choice, A, B or C, which one has the highest chance of leading to the outcome of the new post office store
Like
that
this.
we went to, that you can see, right? All right, so Joe, can you kick us off? We've got A, B, and C. So can you kick us off with A? What is A?
But the response of A
Yes.
is
Now make it nice and loud so everyone can hear you.
money-minded.
Money-minded. It's called money-minded.
Yes.
Money-minded. Okay.
Yes.
So is it from the consultant perspective or the post office perspective when I say this?
From the team whose responds to
The team.
to the brief.
The team is responding to the brief. Okay, so this is the first response for money-minded. Money-minded. I wonder what the budget is. What's the budget here? If we've got a good budget, we can upgrade the post office to be more aligned with modern shops like, like an Apple store or Louis Vuitton. That's more money-minded. So that's option A.
A, yes.
Okay, let's move to B. So what's option B?
The option B is, let's understand more first.
Okay, understand more about the project.
Yes.
Okay, so what we've got here is 5 questions for option B.
Yeah.
Question 1, what are we trying to achieve? Yes? Question 2, can we learn more about our current customers? Yes? Question 3, what assumptions do we have? Question 4, what are our major revenue sources? And finally, question 5, who are our future potential customers? Okay, so option A is money-minded. Ooh, money-minded. Option B is?
Let's ask more questions.
Ask more
first.
questions, more understanding. Okay, and finally, C. What is option C?
Option C is cookie cutter approach.
The cookie cutter approach. Tell us about the cookie cutter approach. Well, okay, I'll do the
You and
team.
I, yeah.
Okay, so the team would say cookie cutter approach. Okay, we can implement a digital transformation of the post office services. For example, we can build an app, a mobile app, and we can sell stamps via the app, or we can revamp the website, and because of AI, maybe what we can do is we can do an AI-enabled chatbot for customer inquiries. So that's option C. Okay, so let's go through it again because I'm sure everybody's forgotten. Option A is what?
Money-minded.
Money-minded. Okay.
Ask the budget.
Okay. Option B?
Let's ask more questions.
Ask more questions. And option C?
Cookie cutters.
Cookie cutter. Okay. So, show of hands. Here we go. This is your turn now. Show of hands if you think that as a team, we're trying to win this project, right? Or have we won the project already? We're pitching for the project.
No,
We've won
the project.
Okay.
You need to do something
Okay.
about it.
Option A. Who thinks we should go with the money-minded approach? Put up your hand. Very good. We don't have many capitalists in the audience. We've got one person. One person's gone for money-minded. Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you. We'll talk after the show. Okay. Very good. Okay. What's option B?
B is asking more questions.
Who thinks we should go with asking more questions? Okay, that's good. That's a lot more hands. Interestingly, the guy that did money-minded put up his hand again. No, he didn't. I'm joking. He didn't. Okay, so it looked like more. And option C?
Cookie cutter approach.
The cookie cutter approach. Now, this is not a question of whether you're thinking about eating a cookie. This is about the cookie cutter. So who thinks the cookie cutter approach? 1, 2, 3. Okay. So Joe, thank you. By my observation, it looks like option B. was the winner,
Choice, yeah.
which is very encouraging given this is a design institute. So that's good.
Yeah.
Okay, everybody clapping. Good job. Well done. Okay. All right, good.
It makes sense to me.
Makes
because
sense, okay.
Option A and option C are the ego
Option A
approach
and C is more ego-oriented. Okay.
with narrow perspectives.
Narrow perspective. Okay. And option B is more ecosystem approach with a collective intention in mind. Okay. Good.
Yeah. So here's a suggestion.
What is your suggestion?
For everybody?
Yes.
The next time, if you're going to a briefing session like this, please bring a sparkle intention with you.
Sparkle intention.
Yes.
Sparkle. S-P-A-R-K-L-E. Sparkle. Okay, so Joe, what is sparkle? What is the S in sparkle?
In S is supportive.
Tell us about being supportive.
So being supportive in this case,
Yes.
when we do the post office briefing session, that means you're more supportive with the initiative, you're showing support to listen more first.
Okay.
So that's being supportive.
That's being supportive. Okay, so I'm going to say supportive and you say supportive back to us to be supportive. Okay? Supportive and then? Okay, good. About 3 people said supportive. That's not very supportive. Okay, we'll try again. Supportive. Better. Okay, the second one is P, proactive. So being proactive is asking questions to understand more before we just solutionize a design, right?
Yes.
What about A? What is A?
A is adaptable. That means you adapt to the situation, to collaborate with others, to achieve the collective goal.
Okay, so we've got supportive, proactive, adaptable. That's SPAR. Now R, respectful. Respectful is to respect each other and you park your ego and your self-interest and your assumptions, right? That helps us become more ecosystem.
Ecosystem.
Ecosystem. Okay, what's K? I said what's kind. K is kind. So what's K?
K is kind.
Yes.
So kind to others as humans. Because we're all connected.
Okay, so we're trying to, through being supportive and through being proactive and being adaptable and being respectful and being kind, we're taking responsibility through our intention, not just to think about what we're designing as an output, we're also thinking about what we're designing as an outcome of culture, what we want the culture to be as part of the project, as part of the collaboration. Let's go to L.
L is listening.
Okay.
But listening with respect and understanding from all perspectives.
All perspectives. Okay, very good. And finally, E. Can anybody guess E? Anybody? Jeremy, our friend from Australia. Jeremy, my friend from Australia, just points to someone behind him and said, he said engaged. Is that correct? Did you say engaged? He did, yeah. It is correct. Everyone give him a clap. Engaged. So engaged is being engaged with others as humans and being connected with each other, a sense of ecosystem. Okay.
Something's wrong with your mic.
So? That's the signal that, yes! Okay, good. So Joe, yes.
Okay, by intentionally focus on the ecosystem when you conduct yourselves in the interactions and relationships with others in moments that matter, like the briefing session, you can achieve sparkle outcomes.
All right, so let's break that down, okay? What we have is we've gone into a moment that matter. The moment that matters was the briefing session, correct? And what we've done is to prepare for that briefing session, we've gone in with some pre-prepared conduct.
Intention.
Right? And intention, right? And when we're interacting and relating and conducting ourselves in that moment that matters, right? What we're trying to embody as human skills, as soft skills, is sparkle.
Yes.
So S is what? P? Are we on delay? A? All I hear is Keith. R? K? Kind. L? Sorry? What? E? Okay, very good. Right. So, Joe, as we conclude.
Yeah. So in our book called Make Meaningful Culture,
Yes.
we define culture as how we interact with each other, when we conduct ourselves and relate ourselves with each other in moments that matter. But that help us to make meaningful decisions with the collective in mind, to sustain the conduct chain. Because whatever we do or how we conduct ourselves has a chain reaction.
Got it. So how we conduct ourselves in and around other people creates a collective, and the collective creates this conduct chain, right? So it's kind of like this, isn't it? Like TEDxHKDI, it's not just about us, right? We happen to be enjoying the time on the stage, but it's also about all the student speakers, also about the crew that people can't see side stage who are making funny faces at me right now, right? It's also the lovely Sugar that's helping with the sound system. It's also Keith and team who's helped put... So it's an ecosystem. It's a collective number of people that form a conduct chain that makes this whole event sparkle, right?
So whether you're aware of or not, you're part of the culture.
Yes.
And you can shape the culture as well.
Got it. Good. So, to finish, Joe?
Yes.
And here. We're going to finish with what we call a statement of intent or a statement of intention. And the statement of intention is to do with sparkle, okay? Being supportive, proactive, adaptable, respectful, kind, listening and engaged. So, I, Daniel Zook.
Wait, okay.
I, Daniel Zook.
I, Josephine Wong.
We intend to bring sparkle with us in moments that matter. Joe?
We intend to advocate for the ecosystem, to act as an evangelist for holistic systems where every perspective is valued.
Great. We aim to prioritise the we over the me, and we would like to focus our energy on projects and actions that serve our shared goals, meaning I would suggest humanity's shared goals, and collective success.
Next one is to embrace change with grace, to meet uncertainty not with fear, but with a kind heart and adaptive spirit.
Very good, an adaptive spirit. Okay, and finally, we aim to build relationships, like with all of you, we aim to build relationships with respect, to forge relationships that are both productive and respectful, creating a foundation of mutual trust. So, Joe, is that about it for today? Is that a wrap?
Yes.
Okay, thank you so much for presenting together.
Thank you.
Always a pleasure. And everybody, thank you
listening.
very, very much for having us.
Thank you, Dan and Joe. Hey, Josh, why are you so angry?
HKDI, it's like this auditorium, it's so silent when I came. It's like everybody hates me or something. I don't know. Maybe it's the grammar, or maybe it's how I speak. Is it annoying? Like did I annoy you guys? No?
Like what you hear. I mean, your grammar is not bad, but it's not that bad. Besides, you don't need a perfect grammar for it. Like our first speaker, Teddy Lam, she wants us to think differently about language, like how me and you are talking right now.
Oh yeah, I honestly remember her name actually. Cause I actually talked with her before, and she's actually a very fun person, honestly. Like she talked about how communication isn't about perfect grammar, but it's about making connections and just being myself, you know what I'm saying?
That's true. So, well, let's bring in Teddy.
Raise your hand if you ever panic while speaking English.
Wow, so many hands. Okay, picture this. You walk into Subway, you know, the international sandwich shop. Have the confusing break name and endless toppings. Now, the staff asks, what will you like today? Now, you could say, may I have a full long of turkey and on honey oat toast with lettuce, tomato, avocado, lime mayo, and a sprinkle of salt. But really, most of us just point and say, this, 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 and that. Thanks. And guess what? You still get your sandwich. Communication happens, mission accomplished. A 2023 study by the University of Hong Kong showed that 70% of students avoid speaking English because they fear making mistakes. But here's the twist. 98% listeners say they care more about understanding than perfect grammar. So why are we still so scared? Let's look at the system. Many of you have taken the HKDI, I mean the Hong Kong Diploma of Secondary Education Examination. Writing, 30% of our grade. Speaking, only 15%. So school drill grammar because it is easier to test. But in real life, when you are giving a presentation, joining a Zoom meeting, or just ordering bubble tea in New York, you need to speak, not complex sentences like Sherlock Holmes. In Hong Kong, 5 hours a week of grammar drills, 1 hour of speaking. In Finland, 70% of the English class is interactive. Role plays, debate, simulations. Result, Finnish students got 21 points higher on TOEFL speaking than Hong Kong students. Why? Because they practice speaking, not just grammar. Hong Kong education loves grammar, like my grandma loved holding soy sauce. Too much. It's never enough. We memorize rules, we circle mistakes in red ink. But the more we fail mistakes, the less we speak. And the less we speak, the worse we get. It is like a grammar horror movie. A student alone in a classroom, surrounded by red ink, unable to speak. Let me tell you a story. Last year, I saw a tourist in Tsim Sha Tsui looking at my map, totally lost. I wanted to help. I knew exactly how to get him to the MTL. But I froze. Wait, can I help you or may I help you? By the time I fingered it out, he was gone. Irony, he didn't care about my grammar. He just needed directions. Like the internet, like the memes, TikTok, YouTube comments, everything. OMG, just so cat, so fluffy, wanna squish. No grammar, no punctuation, but total emotion. Even native speaker are casual. Me hungry, wanna eat. Or you good? And guess what? Long time no see, start as Chinglish. Now it is in the Oxford Dictionary. Here in Hong Kong, we have our own flavor of English. Think about how we say, open the lights instead of turn on the lights. Or she is so clever, get 100 marks. It's perfect English. No, but does it work? Absolutely. Let's talk about AI. You know, ChatGPT, Siri, Google Translate. You can say, yesterday I go park and saw many dogs. The grammar, a mess, But AI still understand. It gets it. AI is like a patient friend, no judgment, no red pink. Just, oh, you mean you saw many dogs at the park? But here's the interesting part. Can AI really understand Chinglish? Imagine you type the message to your friend. You say, Oyo, you can do it because you are super good. Or say, the exam today was so hard, I am finished. These phases need context, culture, emotion. They're deeply human. AI can catch up, but it doesn't create these expressions. We do. That's the contrast. AI is a tool, but we are the artists using colors to create a masterpiece. We use language to paint pictures, evoke emotions, and connect with others in ways that AI cannot copy. While AI assistants can assist us in understanding and conveying messages, they lack the human touch that makes communication truly impactful. Language is like fashion. It evolves, it changes. 100 years ago, Google was just a number. Now it is a verb. 20 years ago, LOL meant lots of love to your grandma. Now it means I am not actually laughing, but I am slightly amused. Language is not just about conveying information. It is about sharing experiences, emotions, and culture. We are the storytellers and the creators of language, shaping it into something uniquely human. AI may help us improve our communication efficiency, but it is our creativity, empathy, and individuality that truly breathe life into our words. Emojis, they're a new kind of grammar. I'm fine. That's totally different from I am fine. Grammar didn't teach us that. Experience did. Culture did. Some people say AI will destroy grammar. They actually help us practice more because we are less afraid. Want to practice more ordering coffee? Ask your phone. Need to write a professional email? Let ChatGPT help you. Think of AI as training wheels. They don't stop you from learning. They help you stay balanced until you ride on your own. Remember my subway story? Imagine if every time you spoke English, it felt like that. No stress, just getting the message across. Because that's the goal of language. Not perfection, but connection. If people understand you, your English is good enough. Even if it is, I go shop, buy thing. If they get it, it works. And here's the other example. Picture this. A local student is talking to a visitor about the Star Ferry. He says, the Star Ferry is long history. It brings people across the sea. Many local tickets. It's perfect English. No, but the visitor still understands. He got his message across. That's what matters. So tomorrow, I challenge you. Speak English. Say anything. Doesn't have to be perfect. When you go overseas and you want to order in McDonald's, try saying, I want Big Mac, no pickle, Coke, please. Or you want to ask for directions, just say, where the station? Even if it is not perfect, people are willing to help you. Because the more you speak, the faster you learn. And the funny thing is, the more mistake you make, the faster you learn. That's how babies learn. They don't start with, Mother, May I have a glass with milk, please? No, they start with milk. Simple and effective. So, why are we, as adults, so scared? It is time to break the cycle. That's how we stop making grammar the enemy. Speed first, perfect later. Grammar is just a tool. Just remember, you are the message. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Teddy. So, I've got a little question for you, Maggie. What do you think about AI nowadays?
I think it's a great tool if we use it correctly. What do you think?
Well, most of the time, I think I use it as a tool of being lazy, but I bet most of our audiences sitting here have used AI at some point of their life. And so, I'm going to introduce our next speaker, Lila Tam. She's a visual communication student who really loves design, even with all this lazy AI stuff around.
Lila thinks AI is fast and cheap. AI does not bring the same feeling and culture that people brings into design. She's inspired by Hong Kong's paper craft, showing us why human creativity matters.
So let's give a big hand to Lila.
Have you ever been told to follow your dreams, only to realize the world might be changing too fast for them even to exist? In my future career choice, I want a job with free hours, one where I can experiment, gain unique opportunities like traveling the world and meeting new people. If you were to recommend a career path, what would fulfill my aspirations as of today's economy? To me, it always felt like being an inspiring designer could potentially lead me to a job that satisfies my requirements. Wouldn't you agree? We see so many great accomplishments from designers who have the opportunity to travel and meet different people from around the world. It seems so unfair that once I want to walk in their footsteps, a huge competitor takes over my position. Artificial intelligence is growing, and the design field is not happy. Actually, more like the future of human design is concerned and challenged. Miyazaki, the famous Japanese animator, producing major hits such as Spirited Away, says AI in animation is an insult to life itself. Like Miyazaki, even many local Hong Kong artists are pessimistic about the growth of AI. Man Zhang is a Hong Kong artist who collaborated with Disney for a comic adaptation, and he says AI makes us creative personnels feel disposable. So as AI integrates more and more into our lives, is there really a point in pursuing design? Or should I just stick to a more stable job, one that AI cannot replace, for the time being? This question stuck with me for months after graduating high school. I grew up around all things creative. You name it, I did. Dancing, drawing, even playing multiple instruments. When the time came to choose my university path, it was only right I chose design. However, my worry grew strong. I remember asking one of my teachers, what's the point if AI can design faster, better, and cheaper? She looked me in the eyes and said something I will never forget. Because you have a soul, and that is something AI will never have. With this never-seen-before threat to the design field, it gets easy for us aspiring designers to get ahead and worry about this obstacle. Worry is normal. It is human nature. The future has no stability and no certainty. But it is through change, new designs and ways of thinking can emerge. Take The Comedian, a conceptual artwork of a banana duct taped to a wall. Crazy, right? It was created by Italian artist Maurizio Cattelan, who used this artwork to describe the concept of art. The banana was then eaten on stage, where Cattelan emphasized the real value is in the concept itself. In the same way, I've always had a fascination with Hong Kong traditional craftsmanship. More specifically, paper crafts. What fascinates me is the cultural value behind these works of art. In paper crafts, every pattern, color, and shape hold different cultural meanings, all put together to create something you know as a lion dance. The attention to detail inspired my thinking. As it was through this, I learned how important it is to learn semiotic meanings of different objects to be able to convey an effective message. So in the face of this challenge, I stayed reluctant and decided to choose to take visual communication at this school. I believe a designer means to overcome challenges with style and creativity. And the advancement of AI is just another obstacle I must face to think outside the box. Taking it one step at a time, I urge you all to embrace the uncertainty of our field, to work on your crafts, experience more of what life has to offer, and slowly but surely, we will be able to find our own niches. We will be able to build elements in our design that set us apart from AI. The world is constantly changing, and it will never stay the same. To be a designer means to learn to flourish within change, to see opportunity where others see obstacle, and not even AI will be able to replicate your crafts. After all, design is deeper than what meets the eye. Thank you.
Thank you, Lila.
I'm so sorry. Anyways, as an international student, I came to Hong Kong just a year ago at this day. And when I came to Hong Kong, it was a very fast-paced environment. Hong Kong is also a very busy area, and so I couldn't find my rhythm.
Our friend Rose could help with that problem. She designs spaces that help people relax and take things slow, especially for the elderly in To Kwa Wan.
Well, let's give a big hand to Rose.
When was the last time you felt completely unhurried in the middle of the city? Not on holiday, not at home, but out there in the street, in public space, when the city around you kept moving, but you could pause. My grandfather used to walk to the same bench every day at 3 p.m. Not for exercise, not to meet anyone. He just sat there, quietly, under the same tree, in the same shadow, feeling the same breeze. When I asked him why, he said, "Because here, no one asked me to hurry." At the time, I didn't understand what he meant. But the older I get, the more I see it. What he found on that bench wasn't just rest, it was rhythm, a moment the city forgot how to hold. And in that rush, we lose something precious. We live in a city that worships speed, faster commutes, faster meals, faster progress. But in somewhere, we lose rhythm. We lose space for people who move differently, especially our elders. In Tokwawan, where I spend time researching and designing, I see it everywhere. Elderly people sitting alone by the roadsides, in parks, outside stores, not doing anything, just sitting, just being. And the more I watch them, the more I realize they're not tired, they're not resting. They've just left behind by the rhythm of the city. We often talk about active aging in policy or design, giving older elders ways to participate more. But what if participation isn't the point? What if what they truly need is a space where they can exist without pressure and without performance? That question started to reshape how I think about architecture, not as a container for function, but as a container for feeling, for rhythm, for dignity, for the invisible need we don't always measure, but deeply feel. Looking back, I think this is why I wanted to study architecture in the first place, because I don't want to design buildings that just stand. I want to design places that speak. Architecture, to me, is not just about walls and roofs. It's about creating space that tell people, you belong here. It's about holding someone's story, even if they never tell it out loud. Let's talk about who we're designing for. In Hong Kong, most of today's retirees are Gen X or late boomers, born between the 1950s and 70s. They're not fragile. They're not helpless. They're the survivors of the city's most competitive decade. They work through housing shortages, financial crisis, factory shutdown, and rampant modernization. Also, they're the first generation to retire in a fully urbanized, digitized Hong Kong. Many have some retirement saving, but not enough to feel secured. They've grown up chasing progress, and now they finally have time, but they don't know what to do with it, or where to go, or how to simply be in a city that never slows down. In a 2023 study by the University of Hong Kong Jockey Club Institute of Aging, over 45% of the retirees feel emotionally disconnected from their daily environment. Another survey by the Hong Kong Council of Social Service in 2021 found that many retirees avoid public spaces. They're not tired. They just feel disconnected from their daily environment. One participant said, "It's not that I can't go out. I just don't know where I belong anymore." Recently, I have a long conversation with a friend who's studying social work. We talk about how many older elders don't even know what services or help are available to them. That made me realize architecture can be the most visible, tangible way to let them discover those resources. It can be the signpost that says, "You're welcome here." When information fails, when systems feel distance, a building can be the first handshake. And this is not just a Hong Kong problem. A 2021 report from the European Commission on Aging and Urban Environment found that there's a term, tempos mismatch. When a city speed is out of sync with older residents, and conclude that such emotionally disconnected had a greater impact on well-being than physical accessibility. That's not a health issue. That's a design issue. And in many ways, a cultural issue too. So I asked myself, what would a building look like if it doesn't ask people to do more, but help them reconnect with their own temple? So I designed an elderly center in To Kwa Wan, not as an activity hub or a clinic, but as a rhythm space. It begins underground. You enter through a shaded path into a water garden. Above, an atrium allows sunlight to fall through. Soft, slow, and moving with time. Reflection repose along the walls. You hear the sound of water. You see lights and shadow shifting, dancing gently. You don't need to sign in. You don't need to join anything. Just sit. Let your breath match the space. Let yourself arrive. From there, a journey ramp leads you upward. Through layers of herbal garden, you walk slowly, beyond soft herbs like basil, rosemary, and mint. You smell the difference. You feel the wind brushes past leaf. You notice someone ahead of you, walking slower, or behind you, walking faster. And for once, that's okay. Because this space doesn't rank you by speed. It accepts your rhythm as it is. Then you reach the rooftop. A quiet urban farm. There's wind, there's shade. There's nothing scheduled. You can sit or stand or plant. Every layer of the building have 5 senses. Where light isn't shot, but softened. Where sound isn't noise, but rhythm. Where smell, texture, temperature all tell your body you can relax. You're safe here. You allowed it to just be. Even the surfaces invite interaction. Rough wood, warm stone shadow the path that curves gently, without urgency. And this idea isn't just mine. At this year, Venice Architecture Biennales, the theme was intelligent, natural, artificial, and collective. One pavilion that stayed with me was the Lebanese pavilion. Its walls were made of urban brick mixed with wheat seeds. Over time, the seeds will sprout and turning the architecture itself into growing living things. That remind me that a building can hold life, not just contain it. Another was the German pavilion stress test. A visitor went through extreme heat before entering cooling space. It wasn't informative. It was physical, sensory, and unforgettable. That's what I want my architecture to do. Let people feel the difference, not just see it. Also, in Switzerland, Peter Summer's Fanfare bathhouse doesn't ask anything from you. You descend into warm stone pool. You sit, you feel, you rest. The space itself teaches you how to slow down. It doesn't instruct, it invites. These spaces are not passive, they're powerful, not because they perform, but because they allow you to pause. Rhythm is not just an aesthetic, it's a spatial logic, a way of turning space into the pace of life. It tells us when to add, when to rest, and when to feel. Yet, in most urban design today, we prioritize metrics, speed, efficiency, and flow. But what if we instead measure how well a space lets you linger, reflect, and breathe? Designing for rhythm doesn't mean everything becomes slow. It means we build with layers. Layer of pace, layer of presence, like ecosystem. What would that look like across our cities? Maybe a hospital with breathing rooms, libraries with unprogrammed corner, or MTR station with garden that buffer transition. It's not just design. It's care translated into space. And yet, as we seed scare care into space, here's the question. Can AI keep the slow heartbeat of presence? To answer these questions, perhaps we need to step back from algorithm and remember what truly makes a space breathe. Not the logic of tools, but the presence of beings. AI can calculate, predict, and simulate, but it doesn't breathe, it doesn't stay, it doesn't feel the air of the place. Being in a space, feeling its breath, its air, its knowledge, requires people to sit, to wait, to sense. AI can frame possibilities, but only people can turn space into place. That's no AI can simulate. It's a human act. And that's why architecture is not just about form, but about beings. AI can frame possibilities, but it cannot create connections. It can calculate comforts, but cannot comfort you. It can calculate light levels, but not how a shadow feels. And I think that's the boundary architects must defend. Not just efficiency, but empathy. When I'm designing, I'm not just thinking about lights and structure. I'm asking, will this place tell people you're not forgotten? Will it help them slow down enough to remember who they are? The truth is, we're all moving toward old age. Will cities still want us when we get there? One day, it won't be someone else on that bench. It'll be us. And what we need isn't more speed. It's more understanding, more pause. In an aging society, slow is not the opposite of productive. It's the condition for connection. What we are designing now, with the sign of future city welcome us, or leave us behind. The future of design is not faster, it's kinder. It's about remembering how to be, how to feel, and how to stay. And architecture, to me, is the promise that they will. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Rose. As a wise person once said, in diversity there is strength, and in diversity there is beauty. Actually, I just made that all up. but
Speaking of diversity, Charles Yu believes that diversity isn't about everyone being the same. Like mosaic, the proportion, colors, materials, all are different yet connected. With AI and shared interests, we can connect even more, maybe.
So, without much ado, let's give it all out for Charles.
Imagine walking into school where you feel invisible, like a voice fades into the background. Many students from minority backgrounds, this is their daily life. While some thrive in the vibrant atmosphere of school, others struggle to find their place, feeling isolated, overlooked. So last year, I met a friend from a small ethnic group. At first, he felt insecure about his language skills and for the interaction with others. I remember seeing him sitting at a corner, keeping to himself. One day, I decided to talk to him. After some time, he opened up about the struggle he faced trying to fit in. And that moment hit me hard. If this was one person in one corner of the classroom, what about the rest of the community? How many others feel the same or are unseen? It wasn't just his challenge, it was a reflection of our entire community. So the Hong Kong government has made significant efforts to promote inclusive communities. The goal is to ensure that everyone can participate equally in society. Despite these efforts, the results have fallen short. Many policies lack clear direction, and initiatives often fail to address the unique needs from different communities. Here's the problem. Inclusion is hard to practice, and there's insufficient engagement from the majority population. Many locals show little interest in minority cultures and traditions, making it even more challenging to build an inclusive society. But let's pause for a moment and think about this. Is inclusion the right goal for Hong Kong? Or we should aim for something bigger, like diversity. According to the United Nations, diversity is about bringing together different people with unique perspectives. Inclusion, on the other hand, is about ensuring everyone feels welcome and supported. But inclusion cannot happen without diversity. And sadly, we're struggling with both. So which country has successfully built a truly inclusive community? Anyone knows? Singapore. That's the motto of inclusivity, where the government actively promotes multiculturalism. Students can learn about different cultures, festivals are celebrated across ethnic groups, and policies foster mutual respect. And this embrace of diversity is woven into their daily life. Now compare this to the United States. While they proudly call themselves a, melting pot, it often struggles with racial discrimination and social inequality. You know, the reality feels more like a pot that's boiling over, struggling to hold its very elements. In Hong Kong, we always call ourselves a East meets West city. And you can easily see a bunch of people walking around with various backgrounds. Yet we must ask, are we truly appreciating and understanding these cultures, or merely mixing them without depth? Is the government really achieving the goal of diversity? So if, the government cannot do it by itself, what about AI? So much talk about AI and big tech today. You might wonder, how are they going to help us? So I ask AI what our priority should be right now And it gave me an interesting analogy that really stuck with me. Is that when there's two islands separated, your instinct is not to fill the gaps. We don't do that. So what do? We build a bridge. And the same goes for building a diverse community. Instead of forcing everyone into one group, why don't we create bridges that connect us? Bridges built on shared interests, mutual respect, and curiosity about each other's stories. For example, instead of only focusing on promoting different cultures, we could find common grounds. Imagine an open space where locals and ethnic minorities bond over shared interests while also exchanging cultural knowledge. It's not about changing anyone's identity. It's about creating space where everyone feels seen and valued. So folks, what is the final answer of creating a truly diverse community? Well, the truth is, there isn't. That's totally fine. What matters is that we start with the right mindset. Let me leave you with this. The path to diversity may be challenging, but if we commit to build those bridges, one conversation, one connection at a time, together we can build a diverse community that truly celebrates our differences. Thank you for being here today, becoming the foundation of these bridges. Thank you.
Thank you. But Maggie, speaking on which, do you think I can get out of here now?
All right, fine. You can go to the washroom. All right, guys, we're gonna have a short break now. Please come back at 3:40, and we'll see you soon. Bye. Good afternoon, everyone. Please be seated. The event will be starting soon. Thanks all.
Oh my God. Why is this one empty? Why is this one empty? That one a bit. This one is the most loyal one, honestly. This is my favorite one. All of you here, and some of you there, you guys are much more loyal than my ex. Congratulations! Yeah, okay. I don't want to say the name, but anyways. Do you know that teachers and mentors are very crucial for students' growth? And that's why I would like to invite our 2 committee members from the TEDxHKDI team, Mike from Language Center and him from Student Development Office. Please welcome.
Hello, everyone.
Both teachers are experienced trainers in public speaking and event hosting. Thank you for joining us, sirs.
Thank you for having us today.
Yes, thank you for inviting us.
No worries, no worries. You guys are looking great today. Very amazing. Anyways, so I would like to ask some questions, basically. Let's start with the basics first. So what was the journey like being a mentor, teacher for MC and speakers for students that does not have any experience at speaking at all?
Well, I still remember the first day that I saw them. Like, they're very timid, not, so afraid of speaking, in front of me. But then we know that it takes time, and day by day, they start to open up themselves, speak up more, like during the training sessions or even the rehearsals, and they even ask questions, to improve themselves. So, as a trainer, so I'm really blessed, and, seeing the huge transformation today, I'm so happy, right?
Yes, definitely. Mike, you're saying right. I mean, the process is quite gradual, but the very little breakthrough is a big deal. Sometimes students who cannot even introduce themselves at the beginnings, but it ends up you can hold up the event. Okay, I mean the breakthrough is very. I mean the sense of the sense of achievement is very incredible, no matter for them and for us. Okay, and I'm sure that you agree that we are not just teaching about our skills, right? But we are trying to help the people and the students to discover your own potential and also how to step out in your comfort zone, right?
So inspiring, I must say, yes. So maybe they can learn a thing or two from us, except the part where I misspelled my name in the introduction. Yeah, I think that part, do not follow that one, definitely.
Okay.
But yeah, anyways, how about the method used for basically building their confidence up?
Well, speaking of methods, so for me, like as a trainer, so I would start from like bite-sized task, like voice training exercises or short presentations. So in order to let them, feel more confident for themselves, and then I would try to encourage them to have peer evaluation so that they can learn from each other. And when they learn from each other, and they can learn much more and step out of the comfort zone. And we all know that when you step out of the comfort zone, you learn much more. So that's that's the way that I teach them.
That's fantastic. Well, how about challenges? What challenges do you have when it comes to word choice and engaging the audience?
Okay, that means we are talking about the MC's part, okay? So, being an MC is not just about speaking, okay? It's about how to connect with you, the audience, right? The correct pronunciation is a basic, but the word you use, the tone, the timing, and also how to handle the ad hoc event, just like Josh, right? Okay, it all matters, the one of the challenges in this event is how to set the right mood so that you feel included and we can have fun here. Yes.
Right, so hard work pays off, I see. It's also a lot of fun when you see your students succeed, I suppose.
All right, you speak of success, right? Talking of success, I think apart from student speaker today, the key to success of this whole event would be like the close collaboration between disciplines and departments, including the design discipline, languages discipline, students development discipline, the external affairs office, and even the learning resources center here. So we all got a role to play, and we work as a team together. So this kind of interdisciplinary collaboration really, showcases the importance of synergy.
Yes, you are absolutely right. Because you take us into diverse perspective and skills. Different perspective can give us more, energy and think differently. So it makes the event more, dynamic and more engaging. I think we will believe that when different discipline comes together, we can create a more impactful event, okay, for everyone. Okay.
Well, thank you all. Thank you both of you for sharing your experiences. I'm sure our audience can feel your passion for training and the pride you have in your students' achievement, like us.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much,
Thank
everyone.
you so much. So again, thank you so much to Mike and him for the MC and speaker sponsor. So if you guys want to be a speaker or an MC, so please contact them. I don't know what's their phone number, but I can try to contact them up for you guys. But anyways, you over there, the green shirt, What do you think of your fashion? Decent? Oh, basic. I think it's beautiful, lah. What are you saying? It's beautiful. I like it. But speaking of fashion, Cherry, what do you think of fashion right now? Fashion is very fast-paced. It's growing exponentially. What is it? Every day, fashion is changing, okay? That's the first question. And maybe the second question is, what does fast fashion have impact on our environment and our lives?
Well, I think fashion could be a fast-paced industry if emotions can be implemented with it. But our next speaker, Brian Chiu, could share his thoughts on meaningful fashion in a fast-paced world. Please welcome Brian.
We've talked a lot about artificial intelligence today. AI is the next big thing because it is faster and more productive. It is changing how our world functions, including the fashion industry. But as a fashion student myself, I have a few questions. Does the fashion industry really need to be faster? Does it really need to be more productive? Well, let's take a look at the numbers. According to a study by Redress in 2023, 402 tons of textile waste are dumped into the landfills in Hong Kong every single day. That is equivalent to the weight of about 2.5 million t-shirts. Fast fashion is notorious not only for its waste, but also for poor quality, worker exploitation, and unsustainable practices. So, I ask again, do we really need more cheap clothes? I'll let you be the judge of that. If fast fashion isn't the answer, then what about going slow? I look to the past for inspiration, specifically the arts and crafts movement from the late 19th century. It was a response to the rise of industrial mass production. Craftspeople and designers decided to push back, choosing to create with heart, with intention, and with their hands. Maybe we should do the same. What if we invited artisans to handcraft our clothes, ensuring care and quality? Instead of reusing the same design 1,000 times, what if designers crafted pieces based on their customers' story, their needs, and their personality? That's how we create clothes with a human touch. Clothes with sentimental value. Now, I know what you might be thinking. It's just clothes. But to me, it's way more than just clothes. Each piece of garment can carry its own story. The fabric might come from a specific region with a rich history of weaving techniques. Each stitch represents the artisan's time, skill, and emotion. Every tear or faded patch becomes a memory of where you wore it, who you were, and how you felt. Let me tell you my personal story. I have a pair of jeans that I made for myself. It is distressed to my liking. It fits me perfectly. But most importantly, it is made from old jeans that once belonged to my dad. It is important and special to me because it carries a story between me and my father. No AI-designed pair of jeans could ever replace that. That is why fashion enthusiasts like me love custom, handcrafted pieces, as there is simply nothing that carries the same depth, emotion, connection. And maybe, just maybe, people are starting to value human designs again. In the age of AI, designs made entirely by humans are becoming rarer, but we instinctively value what is rare. Just like how handwritten letters are cherished nowadays, handcrafted clothes feel more personal, more meaningful. They create stories and bonds. And these bonds, they make us take care of the clothing. We wash it gently. We repair it. We wear it proudly for years and not weeks. That's how we move away from disposable fashion. And yes, there are environmental benefits too. The fashion industry is one of the most polluting industries on earth. That's why many are calling for more sustainable ways to consume. Handcrafted clothes can be part of that solution. When we love a piece of garment, we're less likely to throw it away. It's not just personal preferences. It's also a way to reduce waste and to respect nature. And I can already hear your thoughts. Handcrafted clothes are really expensive. And you're absolutely right. Handcrafted clothes can cost more than 10 times the price of regular fast fashion pieces. But my goal here today isn't to ask you to go out and buy handcrafted pieces. My goal is to urge every single one of you to consume more consciously. Instead of buying dozens of pieces that you barely ever wear, invest in one or two pieces that you really love and that you'll wear again and again. Or you could choose to do your research and buy from brands that truly care for the environment and are fully transparent about their production processes. Handcrafted clothes are just one solution, but the bigger message is this. We all have a role to play to end the crisis of overconsumption. Let us all be more mindful of what we buy, how much we buy, and why we buy. Let's value quality over quantity. And remember that even in the age of AI, some things are still better made by hand. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Brian. Give him a big round of applause, please.
Adrian, have you ever wondered why this place is so big, the auditorium, it's so nice with the design?
I wonder that sometimes too, but keep in mind, we do have 10,000 students on campus in HKDI. And yes, I still remember the first time stepping into HKDI, that was blowing my mind. You know, I did not expect it to be a school, if I were to be honest. Maybe you should invite your architecture friends. What was her name again?
Oh, you mean Erica there?
Yes, Erica.
Oh, Erica is just we talk about AI, and the AI thing cannot make a place feel warm nor real. She also believes that real architecture is about making places for real people.
Indeed. So without further ado, let us welcome Erica.
Have you ever feared that your job might be replaced by AI someday? Since the emergence of ChatGPT in 2023, the application of AI has become more widespread and universal. Every day, we used to see a bunch of news headlines like 300 million jobs could be displaced by AI globally by 2030. Sounds intimidating, right? As an architectural design student, I used to fear exactly that. What if AI replaces me? After all, it can generate 100 designs by the time I start sketching one. But over time, I realized something deeper. AI might be fast, but it lacks something essential: authenticity. It doesn't know what stirs the human soul. And that's when I stopped seeing it as a threat, start seeing it as a creative partner. I once asked an AI to design affordable housing for a dense urban area. It gave me an attractive illustration which many buildings centralized together. If you notice the details, you may even find out that there are trees planted on the roof. Well, visually impressive, but emotionally empty. No warmth, no community, no soul. That unfulfilling experience taught me a valuable lesson. Architecture isn't just about generating image fast. It's about understanding of the site and surrounding environments, as well as connections between people and neighborhoods. Therefore, I changed the prompt. Modular units with shared courtyards that foster community using cost-effective local materials. Suddenly, it becomes more realistic and more reasonable, not just an illustration showing inappropriate details. But even then, something was missing. AI doesn't feel textures or temperature. It doesn't hear voices echoing in the bustling courtyard. It can't feel the cool breeze through a bamboo lattice or the warmth of brick under the afternoon sun. It doesn't know how a space feels. Only we do. Architecture has always been about creating spaces that feel alive, spaces that resonate with people who use them. That's something AI can't fully comprehend. I remember stepping out of the Tilkenling station for the first time. When I hit the HKDI campus, and the glass shimmered like a diamond. I was moved. Then, I tried to reproduce an image to show what I felt at that moment. You guess what happened next? AI gave me futuristic office buildings. It didn't even understand the site and generate an accurate image. Imagine you are designing for a historical site. AI might give you a classical period architecture, futuristic renderings, but miss the local brick patterns, sunlight filtering through narrowed alleys, or the way a space whispers of its past. AI can't orchestrate and can't stay connected with a place. It can only guess. Sometimes it guesses wrong. that's the way AI understands nature in a Hong Kong museum. AI might generate image which includes a few deity figures, some modern lighting and decorations. But does it really reflect the reality of the site? Tell the story of Eastern Han Dynasty? I once saw an AI-generated master plan that plays a part on a floodplain, while another suggests a glass skyscraper in a tropical village. Beautiful, maybe. Livable, not at all. Why? Because AI doesn't understand implications. When AI doesn't know the background information and implications, it might give something unreasonable. Do you want to know how AI understands Gothic architecture? Let me show you. This is one of the components of Gothic architecture, which is called flying buttresses. When I type in the prompts, AI generated something like that. Not flying buttresses, but flying birds. Ridiculous, right? What else does AI know? It doesn't know the users, it doesn't know the functions, it doesn't know the activities happen in architecture. And when it doesn't know, it fills in the blanks randomly. So, as a human designer, we need to identify the unreasonable part of AI-generated image while unleashing human creativity to solve real-world problems. But here's the thing. AI can do amazing things when guided well. It can generate a floor plan in seconds, simulate structural integrity, and optimize energy usage. But none of these technical feats replace the human dimension of architecture. The warmth of a brick wall, shadows cast by a tree, or the connection that fostered in a courtyard. These are the moments that AI can never understand. So, what do we do with AI? We guide it. We become its compass. AI can analyze airflow, simulate lighting, or optimize materials in the ways humans can't. It's brilliant at logic, but blind in emotion. The problem isn't the tool, it's the missing empathy. Without empathy, design becomes hollow and detached from the people they are meant to serve. Great design always responds to human lives. Let's talk about Barcelona. In recent years, the city has reimagined its urban layout through a concept called superblocks. Instead of letting cars dominate every street, they group blocks together and restrict traffic inside them. For example, in Example District, streets like Council Descent was redesigned with trees, shaded seating, and pedestrian priority. These green lawns has become pedestrian-friendly zones for leisure, play, and social bonding. Children play, neighbors talk, coffee spill onto the sidewalks. Social interaction is therefore flourished. This wasn't just a design decision. It was an act of empathy. It responded with 3 Ps: real people, real places, with real purposes. AI can help us model traffic flow or simulate airflow, but it can't never understand the joy of a grandmother walking safely with her grandchild. Maybe Barcelona is far away from us, so let's look at a local example. I believe that most of you are no stranger to Bank of China Tower, right? But do you know how this formed and designed it? As standing design of the tower symbolized upward growth and prosperity, reminiscent of a bamboo shoot, which represents strength and resilience. In Chinese culture, the overall design of Bank of China Tower is widely recognized as a harmonious blend of modern architecture with traditional Chinese design principles. Creating a landmark is both cutting edge and culturally significant. If you ask some AI to blend bamboo and building, probably AI will give you something like this. Well, you can't say it is wrong, but is it really the product that you expected? Think about it. Can AI ever truly understand the story behind the Bank of China Tower or the spiritual meaning that is bestowed upon bamboo? Obviously not. AI can never notice these details and generate an image that integrates all these elements together. These nuances are deeply human, and they remind us why architecture must remain a human-centered practice. These are not just structures. They are solutions, not just shapes. They are acts of empathy. AI can help us model them, but you can't know or feel why they matter. This is our generation's challenge. To harness AI's precision while staying grounded in the poetry of human experience. The future belongs to designers who know how to interpret the logic of algorithms and the emotion of lived experience. AI itself won't replace designers, but designers who know how to use AI will replace those who don't. I used to fear being replaced. Now I fear being disconnected. Disconnected from the people I designed for. Disconnected from the place I love. Disconnected from the feelings that make architecture meaningful. So I always keep reminding myself, I'll use AI, but I'll never depend on it and outsource my creativity to AI. That's the real danger of excessive AI use. Not replacement, but displacement of our own sensibility. The real question is not whether we should embrace AI, but how can we make it work for us without losing what makes our work human? Next time, when you see an AI-generated design, or you ask AI to refine your design, don't just ask, is it beautiful? Instead, ask the three-piece with an empathetic mind, can this design respond to real people, real places, with real purposes? That's the distinction. That is where true architecture begins. Thank you.
Thank you, Erica.
Cherry, you know, I agree with the MC that came last time. This place is huge, 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 huge. You know, I don't know, I feel like there's a bit of grandness in it, you know? What do you think? What do you think of this place?
Of course, it's really beautiful. Every time I'm standing here being an MC, I always thought that this place is really beautiful.
All right, that's what I'm saying. What do you guys think about this place? Any first years? Any first years? Can I see any first years? Only you? You? Any first years? No? No first years?
It's okay, first years, they're not shy.
It's okay lah, it's okay. That's why contact the MC speaker and them lah. All right, we're getting out of topic. So basically, our next speaker will be Gabriel Liam. He's another architecture student that wants people to feel something.
I really think that AI and architects are just cheat codes to an easy graduation. But our next speaker, Gabriel, thinks that architects and AI can actually work together. He knows that AI is smart, but people can add stories and feelings.
You know, the only thing I'm feeling right now is very excited to introduce Gabriel.
There at this one time, when I'm visiting an aquarium with my ex-girlfriend, I see the moving shadow cast through the water, the dim blue light, and the fish dancing. In that moment, the spaces felt alive. Great design can evoke profound emotions. So, what makes a building feel alive? Is it the sunlight streaming through the windows? Or perhaps the story held within its walls? Maybe it's the feelings of safety and inspiration that spaces evoke. As an architecture student, I'm obsessed how spaces can stir emotion. And what happens when AI becomes part of this creative process? And can a machine truly grasp what makes a space feel human? I see the relationship between architects and AI as a partnership, a delicate dance between emotion and logic. It is not about one replacing the other. Rather, it's about learning together, to work together. This partnership could be as beautiful and complex as love itself. What is love? To me, it brings happiness and satisfaction. It's about understanding and expressing freely with one another. Much like giving a building a soul. Creating a spaces require empathy for user and shared spirits. And during my time as an exchange student in Norway, my classmate and I create a warm studio from an empty space. Using discarded furniture, we share laughter and creativity, highlighting that human design is about stories and memories, not just a physical things, and AI could not replace that. Wow, AI excels in efficiencies and able to generate polished design. It lacks emotional depth or storytelling. Despite its limitations, AI plays a crucial role in architecture, especially in data analysis. It acts as a rational partner in this relationship. In my own experiments, misunderstandings arise because we cling to our ideas. I learned that sometimes rational communications are essential for resolving conflicts. Similarly, a building must consider many factors, like community needs and environmental impact. I foresee a future where AI designing buildings is cost-effective and sustainable. But is the idea truly perfect? If a partner mirrored you completely without disagreement, would this relationship feel meaningful? Looking ahead, AI could address global challenges like designing sustainable housings or adaptive spaces for climate change. Yet, this solution requires a human touch and understanding of culture and empathy. In the end, human design and AI must build a healthy relationship, much like couples. They should appreciate each other's strengths and weaknesses, evolving together. This balance is vital, not just in architecture, but for humanity. As technology shapes our future, we must ask, how do we ensure creativity and empathy remain central to what we build? How do we create spaces that inspire as well as functional? My favorite architect, Peter Summer, said, successful architecture connects emotion with its user. Remember, AI is a partner, not a replacement. Together, we can build a future that harmonizes reasons and emotions, where every space tells a story, where every building feels alive. Thank you.
Thank you for sharing, Gabriel.
Adrian, don't you still keep Coco in your house?
Who's Coco again?
You know, the teddy bear you used to cry on when your crush rejected on you.
All right, we're getting a little too personal over here, but no, I did share it with family a couple of years ago, just like what our speakers has planned to do today. Vincent Ho and Cindy Ko, they are UX designer working on toys waste problems in Hong Kong currently.
Their project Swap and Roll is about more than just recycling. It's about making families happy and helping them share toys. They believe that empathy is very crucial in design.
They have spent a lot of the time talking to parents, listening to their worries, and eventually they have found their own ways in sharing toys. So, without further ado, let us welcome Vincent and Cindy.
When I think back of my childhood, one memory stands out. Most of my toys were not chosen by me. They were gifts from my parents, friends, or relatives. Unlike my classmates, who proudly showed off their own collection, I never had that joy. I remember taking my parents to Toys R Us, eyes wide with hope, imagining the perfect toy waiting for me on the shelves. But somehow, we always left empty-handed.
Hey, Cindy, I think I was exactly the kind of kid you envied. Whenever I saw a new toy, I had to have it. My dad and I would leave the store with the latest, shiniest Marvel figures.
Wait, Vincent, I have to ask, how many Marvel figures did you actually have?
Let's just say I could have started my own Avenger teams. But now recall my memory, after every first week of playing, the excitement faded. That toy I begged for, it ended up forgotten in a corner. And no matter how many I had, the thrill never lasts.
Looking back, whether we were longing for a toy we never got or swimming in piles of them, one thing is clear. Toys are more than objects. They carry our hopes, our memories, our feelings. Well, have you ever watched Toy Story, Vincent?
Of course. Are you talking about Andy in the movie?
Right. You know what did Andy do?
Sure. Just like Andy in Toy Story 3. When he passes his beloved toys to Bonnie, it's not just about giving things away. It's about passing on a piece of his story.
While my childhood was shaped by longing, Vincent's was shaped by abundance. Yet, both of our experiences taught us the same lesson. Joy tied to object doesn't last.
Now, I want you all to take a moment to think back. What was your favorite toy growing up?
I guess it would be better for you all to close your eyes and picture it. Can you remember its color, its texture, the way it made you feel, and where is it now?
Cindy, for most of us, that toy is long gone.
Maybe it was donated,
Or maybe it was thrown away.
and yet the emotions tied to it remain.
Behind every pile of unused toys, there's a story, and often a mix of emotions. We wanted to know what really happens when kids stop playing with toys.
A big reason toys lose their magic so quickly is something called hedonic adaptation. It's like running on a treadmill. You keep chasing the feeling of excitement, but it slips away as soon as you catch it. So you run faster, hoping the next toy will finally make you happy. But it never does.
And here's an interesting fact. A study from the UK's charity Retail Association found that nearly 47% of children stop playing with a new toy after just 1 week. And here we created an infographic demonstrating the problem. As you can see, Jack is really happy with his new toy, only in the first week. But after that, he lost interest of his toys.
Therefore, each new toy needs to be shinier, louder, more exciting than the last. And so, the cycle continues, leaving behind a trail of forgotten toys.
But this isn't a new problem. If we look back, even in the 90s, studies were already warning about the environmental impact of discarded toys. Today, with the rise of cheap plastic toys and fast retail, the problem has only grown. Did you know that in 2020 alone, 8 million tons of plastic toys were discarded globally?
Wow, Vincent, that's a huge figure. It's equivalent to 800 Eiffel Towers stacked together.
Now, let's picture this. A child tearing open a brightly wrapped gift. They are sparkling with joy as they clutch the new toy. Now, fast forward a few months, that same toy, once loved, now sits abandoned in a dusty corner of the room. Its colors fading, its story cut short.
If we multiply this by millions, you can imagine the staggering emotional and environmental toll.
That's right, Cindy. But while kids outgrow their interest, parents face a different struggle. We found that over 80% of parents in Hong Kong throw toys away when they are broken or no longer suitable. My parents did the same. Into the trash they went.
And it's not just about disposal. When we spoke with parents, many shared a surprising emotion: guilt. One mother from a local family, Lily, told us, "I feel guilty throwing toys away, but I don't know where to donate them." That helplessness isn't rare, it's incredibly common.
And when donation options are unclear or inconvenient, frustration builds. Parents told us they want to give toys a second life, but confusing rules, poor communication, or lack of trust in the system hold them back. What could be a joyful act of sharing becomes a stressful chore.
So, toys pile up. They become a quiet graveyard of forgotten joy. Not because families don't care, but because the current system don't make it easy or emotionally fulfilling to children.
Now, how many of us have donated something but felt unsure about whether it could actually help someone? This gap between giving and trust is where design can make a difference. What if, I'm just saying, what if there was a better way?
If we want people to embrace sharing, the process must feel good. It can't just be practical, it must be emotional. It has to connect with people's values, motivations, and even the small concerns or obstacles that hold them back. These challenges led us to imagine a better way. That's when we began designing Swap and Roll, a solution to make toy sharing easy and joyful.
And that's also why when we started designing a solution, we focused on more than just logistics. We focused on the feelings. Because empathy isn't just about solving a problem, it's about understanding the people behind it. In the end, these small frustrations, guilt, confusion, hesitation become our guiding light. They helped us see that the real issue isn't just toy waste, it's the emotions around it.
As user experience designers, this shift has completely changed how we see the problem. We realize that creating meaningful solutions means going beyond the surface, beyond the objects themselves or the visible waste. We must understand the people behind them, their stories, their emotions, and their behaviors. With this deep understanding of the emotions and challenges families face, it provided a solid starting point. We asked ourselves, how might we create a system that reduces toy waste while also making the experience feel joyful and meaningful?
As we proceed to explore more creative solutions, one insight stood out. It's hard for kids to say goodbye to the toys. They are not just objects, it just feels like losing a friend. It's a sidekick in the adventures, the confidant in the quiet moments. It's about letting go of memories and feelings.
That's why, for child users, we utilize an interactive way for them to say goodbye through creativity and play. Instead of just dropping off a toy, children can draw their own toy and bring it to life with AR augmented reality. What I'm talking about is our newly designed concept, swap and roll. And this isn't just about kids. For parents, it turns what might feel like guilt into relief. They're not just decluttering, they're teaching their kids the value of sharing and sustainability in a fun and engaging way.
And based on more users' emotions and their everyday journeys, we start to think of more interesting ways that are tailored to tackle their everyday needs, motivations, and struggles.
Picture this. A parent uses our app, uploads a toy, and it's automatically matched with another family based on age, interests, and needs. And most importantly, every toy finds the right home. There's no confusion about donation rules. No wondering, is this good enough with the use of the fast, accurate, and smart filter? It's simple, it's safe, it's joyful.
Now, we all understand rewards matters, right? Well, let's ask the audience, who here has ever collected points on an app or card? Maybe give us a quick wave.
Oh, I'm one of you guys. My phone is loaded with sorts of reward apps.
That's why when we started designing a project, we think reward system or attraction is always can be helpful or crucial for design and for users because of its impact for users' motivation and most importantly, a sustained participation.
Every time a family shares a toy, they earn points that can be exchanged for rewards, like grocery discounts. It turns giving into something rewarding and positive, celebrating the kindness at its core.
And all these concepts or features all evolve from listening, really listening deeply to their genuine feelings. It's not just about designing an app or designing user interfaces, it's a reflection of what empathy-driven design can achieve.
You know, Vincent, if this had existed 20 years ago, my parents would have been thrilled. They wouldn't have had to hear me back every time we pass a toy store. Or maybe you wouldn't have had piles of forgotten Marvel figures collecting dust.
Yes, absolutely. In fact, this journey changed how we see everything as user experience designers. We've learned that good design isn't just about solving a problem, it's about stepping into someone else's shoes to feel what they feel, anticipate hidden frustrations, and most importantly, create in ways that make people feel understood.
For the design industry, empathy is the heartbeat of what we do. Every great product or memorable experience starts not just with a wow idea, but with deeply listening to human needs and emotions.
You're right. There are ups and downs, there are hopes and frustrations that shape how we live and interact with the world around us. It's about people. The more deeply we understand the emotions, the better we can serve them.
Empathy isn't just something for designers like both of us or experts or professionals like you guys here. It's a superpower we all can use. By listening more, sharing more, and observing the emotions behind everyday actions, together we can create a world where kindness isn't the exception, it's the norm.
In a world full of complexity, empathy isn't optional. It's essential for every one of us here. Whether you're helping a friend, working with colleagues, or just listening a little more closely to your family. Empathy can completely change relationships and the world around you.
So, as you walk out of here, I encourage you to carry empathy with you. Look at the objects in your life and ask, what stories do they hold? What could you pass on to someone who needs it more?
And more importantly, notice people's feelings. Ask them questions. Take a moment to see their feelings, their needs, their struggles. Because when we interact with each other's hearts and mind, we don't just build a better system, we build a better world. Thank you.
Thank you, Vincent and Cindy.
As we all know, an opening is incomplete without a closing. And so, before we finish up the events today, I would like to invite our Vice Principal, Mr. Keith Tam, to the stage to give us the closing remark.
Mr. Keith, please.
Hi, nice to see you back here again. I haven't written a script for this, so this is going to be impromptu. And I hope you've gotten some insights from our students today about, AI is not something that we need to be fearful of, but with humanity, we can actually overcome all of these worries and, apprehensions about this technology that we still don't know very well. And I remember standing in this red circle 10 years ago as a TEDx speaker. I remember how unnerving it was, and I really want to congratulate our student speakers who did really, really well today. Yeah. And also our MCs who did really, really well today. Yeah. And I want to say a few things about this key visual that you see here. It's a bit tongue-in-cheek, right? The prompt itself was the concept. And can AI actually generate something like this? Actually, no, because it's all about the concept. It's not about the beauty. It's actually a little bit ugly. And that was the essence of what we were trying to do with this key visual. And as you walk out of the auditorium, in the reception desk, you find a little gift that we've prepared for you. You remember when you sign up for the event, you had to enter some words that inspire you. So some of the poetry that you find on the stickers and the postcards actually was generated by AI. But you decide how you want to interpret that, and you can actually do some customization with the stickers. So have some fun with it. And last but not least, I want to thank all of our crew here as a cross-disciplinary, cross-departmental collaboration. So without this really brilliant team full of sparkle, we wouldn't have been able to do this. So let's come up to the stage, yeah? Well, MCs come out as well, yeah? And, yeah, come onto the stage, yeah? So we have Language Center, Student Development Office, we have Digital Media, Communication Design, Architecture, Interior Product Design, External Affairs Office, all of us working closely together in the past few months, actually, to put this production together. So it's been a brilliant team. It's been a brilliant experience working together. And thank you so much, everybody. Yeah.
Thank you, Mr. Keith. And thanks to all of our speakers for sharing their ideas and stories. Please give them a big round of applause.
It's been a great day with you all, and we hope you learned something new and had fun with us.
Remember, ideas can change the world, even yours. So take what you heard today and use it.
And so stay curious and open to new things.
Thanks to everyone here, online and offline, for joining us today.
See you next time.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.